to the historical aspect of Tokyo, there is no bigger spot to visit than Asakusa.
We're in Asakusa!
Before we go to the historical heart of Tokyo, we started the morning in the very modern Odaiba. And in Odaiba, near the Statue of Liberty, well, their Statue of Liberty, you can find the Tokyo Cruise Odaiba Seaside Park. That's where we got on this boat that looks like a modern spaceship. The boat is called the Hotaruna, and it was designed by a very famous manga artist. His name was Reiji Matsumoto. You might have heard of him. I haven't. But anywho, we got onto the cruise. The first part is pretty cool. You go under the enormous Rainbow Bridge and you take a little cruise around the Tokyo Inner Bay. At this part of the cruise, you can actually go onto the roof of the Hotaruna, but just to the first stop, which is at Hinode Boat Terminal. From there, access to the roof is closed because you go under a lot of bridges and the bridges are quite low compared to the boat. A lot of people were complaining about this online, but as you can see, the bridge does get pretty close to anybody who would be standing on the roof. So then you go up the Sumida River, you pass tons and tons of bridges. The views aren't breathtaking, but it was a cool experience. When we went on it, it was about 2,000 yen. Yeah, it's something I would do, but maybe just once. So after a little bit more than an hour, we finally made it to the old part of Tokyo, Asakusa. Asakusa is the center of Tokyo's Shitamachi, which is literally low city. I guess it would probably mean downtown. This is one of Tokyo's districts where an atmosphere of Tokyo of past decades still survives. This part of the city is very easily explored on foot, but you gotta consider taking a guided tour on one of the rickshaws. A 30-minute tour for two people costs around 9,000 yen. There are shorter and longer options. It's a little pricey, but hey, if you're on vacation, it's pretty cool to do. We didn't really have time to do it, but I am tempted to do it the next time we go there. The big site here is Sensoji Temple, but before we get there, we gotta go through the Kaminari Gate, or the Kaminari Mon. This is the first of two large entrance gates that lead to Sensoji Temple. It was first built about 1,000 years ago, and it's the symbol of Asakusa.
That game says thunder.
Thunder Gates! Yeah!
Kaminari means thunder, so basically it is a thunder gate.
We're going through. We're going through the Thunder Gates. Thunder it.
Once you go through that, you'll find Nakamise. The Nakamise is a shopping street that leads from Kaminarimon to the temple grounds. We were here on a beautiful day in June. Plus, it was a Saturday. The place was packed. This place is popular for both foreign tourists and Japanese tourists. As you can see, Nakamise was shoulder to shoulder, hard to walk around. But hey, no pickpocketers, so you can feel safe walking around in these crowds. These shops are great to find those tacky souvenirs you've been looking for. And sure, it might not be the cheapest, but all the souvenirs you can think of are all in one place, so it's quite convenient for that. So from the main gate to the temple, with the crowds, takes about 10 minutes. If you go on the side alleys, you can make it a lot quicker, but if you like shopping, you can make it a lot longer too. Finally, we make it to Sensoji Temple. Senso, which is an alternative reading for Asakusa, and Ji means temple. It's Tokyo's most famous and popular temple. It's built in the 7th century and is one of the oldest temples in Tokyo, although the current buildings are post-war reconstructions. Before you go to the temple, make sure you try out one of the omikujis, which is a Japanese fortune. All the papers have your fortune written in English too. Even with the hordes of people, it was still quite easy to enjoy yourself there. You just have to wait in line to make your prayers and throw your coins in the box. But at no time did it really ruin my experience. But I bet if you come here at night, you have the whole place to yourself, and that would be more of a tranquil feel. Behind the Sensoji Temple, past the garden, you can find the Hanayshiki Amusement Park. This is Japan's oldest amusement park. It was originally opened as a flower park, which explains its name. Hana is flower in Japanese. This place has a history of over 150 years. It's a tiny, compact, miniature amusement park. It offers tons of attractions, including a roller coaster, merry-go-rounds, and the space shot. I was very impressed with this little amusement park. It's so tiny and compact, but it's amazing how many attractions they can fit in here. It's really as Japanese as you can get. The prices aren't crazy, and considering Asakusa was ram-packed that day, there was not that many people. Maybe you're waiting for a ride, 10 minutes at the most. Most rides you can just ride on right away. My 5-year-old daughter loved it, so it's a great place for the kids to spend a couple hours. Highly recommend it. Just for the tackiness and the history alone, it was so much fun. After a long day of seeing the sights, you're probably pretty tired and even more thirsty. It's time to get some beer. Near the temple on some of the back streets, they have wall-to-wall bars and restaurants.
This place has so many people, but this place has so many bars and so cool. And this is Anita Channel.
But we decided to go to the famous Kamiya Bar. The Kamiya Bar is one of Japan's oldest bars with a history dating back to around 1880. It was founded by Kamiya Dembe, one of the first wine producers in Japan, who also invented a drink that you can only find there. It's called Denki Bran. It's a type of brandy, and it's still served there. But man alive, it tastes horrible. But hey, go there, soak up the atmosphere, but get the beer. Can't go wrong with beer.
The oldest bar in Tokyo. Woo.
Well, that was our trip to Asakusa for the day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
After a nice, long, hot day, this beer tastes so good.
Well, oh yeah, they're still watching. Thanks a lot, man. I got more videos here. Or if you want, you can subscribe here.